And other NFL family, I'm Peo Time. I hope you're having a great Thursday. We have a great episode of MOOF coming up. We are talking about the Carolina Panthers, one of the most fascinating teams in the NFL, in my humble opinion. I am so excited about my guest tonight. He is none other than NFL Talker. You can make sure to subscribe to his channel in the description below. This is a really cool guy. He has a really fun channel. We want to help get him close to 100 subs, so make sure you go give him a sub. And he's a huge Carolina Panthers fan, and you're going to meet him right after this. Hello, NFL Talker. How are you, man?
Hey man, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good.
So good. We're glad to have you on the show, talk some football. And I know that we have some people tuning in, so please smash that like button. And we are going to make sure to interact with you as much as possible. But NFL Talker, we always love to start off these episodes with how did you become a Panthers fan, and who are some of your favorite Panthers players in their history?
Well, first of all, I was born in Carolina, so I had to represent the home team, obviously.
Yeah.
And my family was a Panthers fan, so I was kind of born into it too. For my favorite player all time has got to be Cam Newton, just for the love he had for the game and everything, the excitement he brought on the field. But currently, it's probably got to be DJ Moore, Brian Burns.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. And then I see, who are you wearing? What jersey is that?
This is Brian Burns' jersey.
Okay, cool. And do you have any other Panthers jerseys at all? Or?
Luke Kuechly, Thomas Davis, Cam Newton. I think I got a Julius Peppers one too.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah. Oh, Julius Peppers was great. Yeah. Oh, good jerseys. Wow. I got to give a shout out to Jake. He's eating Cinnabon and watching MOOF. That's a good Thursday night, Jake.
It is.
Well, the other question we love to ask our guests when they come in is, do you like what the Panthers did this offseason in the draft? They've made some moves. They got Baker Mayfield. And how would you say Panthers fans are feeling from an optimistic perspective?
Yeah, I think we did a lot better this offseason we did last offseason. We needed to address the offensive line, which we did. We got Icky. We signed Corbett. We signed Bradley Bozeman. So we pretty much rebuilt the whole offensive line. We got Baker Mayfield. Obviously, we're excited about that. Hopefully, he can perform like he did when they went to the playoffs. But I say we're pretty excited, but a little nervous at the same time. You know how it always feels.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. And I got to give a couple of shout outs here. Rams House TV, excited for our collab tomorrow night. Good to see you. And in regards to, did you have a favorite draft pick that you really loved?
It probably had to be Icky. I mean, the guy's a beast. He has good hands. It's going to take him a little bit getting used to the NFL, but I think he'll get there.
Okay. And yeah, Grandize was prepared. He is.
He was
ready. But yeah, and I'm sure you're excited about seeing these guys. The Panthers are a pretty young team still.
They are.
Looking forward to seeing if they can improve upon last year for sure. Just before we are going to get into the predictions soon here, everyone. But I do see one question here is from Jake. He hasn't really heard a lot of good things about Matt Rule. What's your opinion on him as the Panthers head coach?
I'm on the fence because at one part he drafts a lot and I love the way he talks to the players, but I just don't see any adjustment at halftime. Once you come out in the third quarter, I think we're one of the worst teams scoring wise in the third quarter. But hopefully we sign some Ben McAdoo and some other coaches that have experience. So hopefully they can kind of bring him along because I know it's way different than college. So
definitely okay. Shout out TuneLink Main and Michael. Good to see you guys. I am gonna put stars on questions that come in the chat. We are gonna start the predictions, and then we'll answer some questions after we're done the predictions. So Michael, don't worry, your question is started. We will talk about Baker Mayfield at the same time. But let's get this prediction underway. If you haven't watched the show before, as we go game by game, if you're watching live with us. You can put a W in the chat if you think that the Panthers are going to win that game. You can put an L in the chat if you think they're going to lose. And everyone knows I hate ties if you watch this show. But if you want to predict a tie, we can because the NFL still. So just put a T in the chat. But anyway, so first game of the year, I'm not gonna lie. I might live stream this game as a watch party because it's just so interesting.
It is.
The Baker Mayfield revenge game right off the bat.
Right.
So the Panthers, they open the season at home. And so you welcome in the Cleveland Browns to take on the Carolina Panthers. Win or lose, thoughts on this game?
I think we do pull off the win. Obviously, Baker Mayfield, once he has his back against the wall, he's going to perform at his best. I think he's going to be fired up. If Deshaun Watson was playing, I might have a different prediction, but I think the quarterback's going to hold him back a little bit. I'm scared about Ike Ekwonu against Myles Garrett for his first NFL start, but hopefully he can hold it down a little bit.
Okay. So we got Grandizer saying a W there, and then Michael, he's predicting a tie right
a tie already.
Michael, really? Okay. Then we got a couple of wins in here. Looks like everyone's pulling for Bakers because the Browns definitely did him dirty.
Yeah, I don't.
So then week 2, you're traveling. You're on the road to the New York Giants in New York. Win, lose, thoughts on this game?
I think we get another win. Hopefully, Brian Burns can get some pressure on Daniel Jones. This is kind of a revenge game because we had him last year and everybody thought we were going to win. We got blown out of the water. We scored 3 points. So that was bad. But I think we'll get it as long as we protect the ball on offense. As long as Baker can do a little something, I think we'll be good. But yeah.
Okay. I'm seeing Ben here. Shout out, good to see you, Ben, our resident Packers fan. And we got a couple of L's in the chat here.
Okay.
Michael, after his tie prediction, does think that they're going to win this game. But you're predicting 2-0 start, and then you got 3 home games in a row here. So this is a nice little part of the schedule early here. But your first divisional game of the year, you welcome in division rival the New Orleans Saints. Win or lose at home?
Y'all are gonna think I'm biased, but I'm gonna predict us going 3-0.
Okay.
Yeah, it might derail later, but I think we'll go 3-0. First of all, as a Panthers fan, I do hate the Saints. I gotta say that right off the bat. Yeah. I think as long as we'll get pressure on Jameis Winston, I think he'll crumble a little bit, and I think Brian Burns can do it. But yeah, it's a divisional game, so you never really know, but I think we'll get the W right here.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a 3-0 start. I am seeing Grandizer agrees with you. Link, yeah. TuneLink Main's gonna give it an L there. Ben only thinks the Panthers are winning 4 games. Well, we will see what that prediction is. Win versus the Saints here. Okay, all right. Yeah. You know what, Michael? We're gonna start that.
Face to face.
We'll talk about that later. Michael is predicted an L there, but 3-0 to start, and then the Ramley is going to be cheering you on this game. You welcome in the Arizona Cardinals to town. I know from our Cardinals episode that the Panthers have a history of beating the Cardinals.
Yep, we do.
You have the biggest smile on your face right now. Do you think that this is the game that the Cardinals win, or?
Again, think I'm biased, but I got us another W. Like you said, obviously I was going to bring it up. Ever since the 2015 NFC Championship game. We've played them, I think, 5 or 6 times, and we've beaten them every time. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the matchups or what. So, I mean, but I'll take it. I'll take another W.
Okay, 4-0 for the Panthers to start. Wow. And I will shout out last year, that was one of my favorite regular season game where, like, not only I love it when the Cardinals lose, but when Cam Newton yelled out, like, I'm
Oh,
back.
he's back. Yep. That was a dream for all those Panthers fans. I'll tell you that right now.
And I see we got a lot of W's in the chat here. Kenny goes, I love Zeke. Okay. Okay. Well, lots of wins. Wins. Okay. So you're predicting 4-0.
Yeah.
And then once again, the Ramley is going to be cheering you on here, week 5. And you welcome in the San Francisco 49ers, win or lose, week 5.
I think we're going to get our first loss here.
Okay.
Because I think the defense will handle its own, but I do think our offense is going to struggle a little bit. I don't know why I think it, but I just think they're going to struggle a little bit. They have Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, Jimmy Ward. They have a good defense, so I think we will struggle.
Okay. Yeah. No, Niners are a good team. So 4-1 there. A couple of L's here. Rams House TV coming in saying it's going to be a W.
Hopefully we'll pull it off for y'all. But
SM is thinking it's going to be a W. Ben's thinking an L. Okay, we got some L. So you know what? Mixed reviews here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you're predicting 4-1, and then we got a big game here. The Panthers are traveling to the greatest stadium in the world to take on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Los Angeles Rams, greatest team ever. Win or lose in SoFi.
This is going to be another L. I really don't have to say anything else. The Rams are pretty much a Pro Bowl roster with Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, Cooper Kupp. I don't need to name all the guys. I'm pretty sure you already know. But yeah, I think we get another L here. Sadly, 2 in a row, but I think it's going to happen.
Okay, that's fair. And just a friendly reminder that all Ram fans should subscribe to NFL Talker. Okay, we got there's a lot of people agreeing about the L in here. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, you're in the Rams set. Okay, that's after 6 weeks, you're predicting 4-2, which I don't think Panthers fans would be upset at. They might not like, if you were to lose 2 in a row like that, but you then week 7, you're home again, and you welcome in your division rival, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They won your division last year. Can the Panthers win this first matchup of the year against the Bucs?
I don't think so. I'm going to keep them another L, 3 in a row. It's another tough opponent. We've been blown out every time since Tom Brady's been at the Bucs, so I think it's going to happen again. But hopefully we can beat them. Pull out a Saints somehow, but I don't know.
Okay. Well, so now you're 4-3. I'm sure that the Panthers fans at this point would be like, "Oh no, all hope is lost." But a beacon of hope comes in week 8. You travel to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Win or lose?
Okay, so I think we'll win this one. We'll bounce back a little bit. I might have to talk crap about the Falcons a little bit. I'm sorry if there's any Falcons fans in the chat, but I don't think they have a great roster. I feel bad for Marcus Mariota, honestly. He doesn't have a lot to work with, and I do like Marcus Mariota, but he does have Kyle Pitts. We don't know how Drake London's going to be. But yeah, I do see us getting a W here.
Okay. And I won't dwell on it, but everyone did agree that Panthers are going to lose to the Bucs. But we got a couple of wins here for the Falcons. Right. And Grandizer is predicting an L.
An L.
The Dirty Bird. And Jake also predicted. Jake links that. Yeah, Jake is off high on Ritter.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's okay. So you're 5-3 on your prediction, and then you travel to Cincinnati to take on the defending AFC champions, the Bengals. Win or lose in Week 9?
I think this is another loss. And the Bengals are just an overpowered team. I do think the defense will hold their own, but once again, I think our offense will struggle. Our offense isn't terrible, but I don't think it's good enough to compete, like to keep up with high-powered teams, if that makes sense. And we don't know if CMC is going to be available. This is already halfway through the season, just about. So hopefully, if he's there, we can pull off a little upset. But I'm gonna say an L right here.
Okay, all right, that's 5-4. I see a couple of L's in the chat, but Grandizer is predicting a win, and Grandizer loves whenever bird teams face each other or cat teams face each other. Gets to make lots of cat fight puns, or like battle royale, or it's a cat fest. I don't know. Anyway,
I would love if we pulled it off. But.
Yeah. Okay, so that's 5-4 on the year, and then you have a short week. Your only primetime game of the year, Thursday night football. You're at home. It's in Carolina, and you're playing the Falcons for the second time in 3 weeks. Can you sweep the Falcons this year?
It's hard to do it. It's hard to sweep any team, I think. So for that reason, I'm gonna say an L. Surprisingly, but maybe hopefully not, because we do have the alternate helmets, and I don't know what it is, but it'll probably just be a different atmosphere since it's a primetime game. But yeah, it is really hard to sweep a division rivalry. So yeah.
Okay, I'm taking the L. So that on your prediction does put you at 500 on 5-5. And we have some people calling. Michael thinks you're going to beat Cincy.
I'll take it.
SM is predicting a sweep of the Falcons. Grandizer saying Kitty Goes Meow loves Bird Park 2. Panthers bring it home. Toon Link Main, he agrees with you. He thinks this is going to be an L with the Falcons there. And okay, so 5-5 on your prediction. And then you travel to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Win or lose in Baltimore?
I think this will be a close game. I think the Ravens will come on top just by a little bit. They just really have such a good defense. I know Lamar Jackson doesn't have a lot of weapons with the trading of Hollywood Brown, but it's going to be hard to beat the Ravens this year, I think. I think Lamar Jackson's coming back for revenge after getting hurt last year, missing the playoffs. So I'm going to say an L right here.
Okay. All right. So that's 5-6. Got a couple of L's in the chat here on the Ravens. Okay. Yeah, he's a weapon. Yeah.
He is. I don't care how many weapons you have on that team. He's going to do something about it.
Yeah. So. No, that's legit. Well, 5-6 on the year, and then in week 12, you're home and you welcome in the Denver Broncos. Win or lose versus the Broncos?
I think we lose another one here. Like I said earlier, I think our offense is going to be decent, but I don't think we're going to be able to keep up with the higher power teams. With Russell Wilson there, I think the Broncos are going to be a real threat in the AFC. So I'm going to say we take the loss here again.
Okay, all right. That's 5-7. And then that does bring us to week 13, which is the Panthers bye week. And that means it is time for
Bye Week Hot Takes. The hottest takes on the bye week.
Yes, it's time for Bye Week Hot Takes, the part of the show where we take a little break from predictions and we talk through 3 hot takes about the team that we're talking about. These hot takes have been taken from all corners of the internet, Twitter, random Facebook groups and comment sections and Reddit pages, and we have our guests react raw to them. NFL Talker has not seen these. He is going to tell us his opinion on these hot takes about his team. The Panthers, oddly enough, it wasn't that hard to find hot takes about them at all. But let's and I'm NFL Talker. There's 2 of these that I'm really curious on your opinion on here. But the first hot take here is Baker Mayfield makes the Panthers a playoff team. What do you think?
I think it is. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
Okay.
I do think that it's going to be close. I think it'll be about 2 or 3 teams pushing for that 7th seed. I think we'll be a game or two short, but since we had like 5 wins the past 2 years, I'm completely fine with falling just a little bit short, but still having a decent season.
Okay, yeah. I will say I am amazed at the amount of Panthers fans that will openly talk on the internet about how Baker Mayfield makes them like a contender to win the NFC South. And you know, that's a bold move. Like,
yeah, that is bold. That is bold.
Like trade a 5th round pick to get one player. Yeah, I know it's the quarterback, but anyway.
Yeah.
There are definitely some Panthers fans that are pretty high on Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, they are. I think he's better than Sam Darnold, but I don't know about winning the division.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Matt Rule will be the first head coach fired this offseason. Or I should have put or in season. What do you think there's a chance Matt Rule gets fired this year?
Yes, I really do. The fans have been calling for it for the past 2 years. I think David Tepper is going to have to listen to him if we're getting on a losing streak, like my predictions say. So yeah, if we start losing some games, there's definitely a high chance that he'll be fired. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. And then the third and final take, and I hope this one doesn't hurt too much.
Oh gosh.
Christian McCaffrey will be a top 5 running back and stay healthy for at least 14 games. And I'll just caveat, I actually found a place on Reddit where Panthers fans were arguing about the amount of games he'll be healthy for. So like that tells you when your fan base, like they're counting on him missing time.
Yeah, it's bad, but 14 games. I do hope so. Obviously, injury is a bad thing. I wouldn't wish injury on nobody. But 14, I don't know about 14. I think he'll play a lot more games than he's been in the previous years, but 14 is a high number. I'm not too sure about that.
Okay, that's fair. I see a couple of one bonus hot take here from Jake is Panthers shouldn't have traded for Mayfield. Instead, they should have tanked for one of the great quarterbacks in the 2023 draft. What do you think about that?
To me, I don't really like tanking. I don't really see the point of spending a whole offseason waiting for the season to finally come around and then you're just trying to lose. So I did like to pick up a Baker Mayfield. I think he's better than Sam Darnold, and I think he is putting us in a competing spot to kind of sort of make the playoffs. But yeah, I did like the trade.
Okay. Well, this has been
Bye Week Hot Takes. The hottest takes on the bye week.
Oh, I love that segment of that show. Well, before the bye week, you had the Panthers going 5-7, and we are now in week 14, and the Ramley's going to be cheering on the Panthers again. You're traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Win or lose?
It's kind of hard to see the Seahawks being like not one of the top teams because they've always been for so long. No offense, it's to a Rams fan, but
Oh no, I get it. We've handled them pretty well, even when they were. Yeah.
But I do think we'll win this year. They don't have Bobby Wagner. The only thing they really have, I think, is their wide receiver core. I think they do have good wide receivers. But I do think we get the W. Now, one time we did play Drew Lock, and I have the numbers written down here. He threw for 280 yards, 21 for 27, and 4 touchdowns on us. Hopefully that doesn't happen again.
Definitely. Yeah.
But yeah, I do think we'll pull this one off.
Okay. That's 6-7 here. And Grandizer, I do apologize if I missed your prediction on that, but he did predict a tie versus Bronco. Grandizer predicts at least one tie every episode. So Toon Link, he's saying a win. We got a win here. Michael thinks McCaffrey will play 10 games max. Okay, hopefully. Okay. No one is picking the Seahawks to beat the Panthers here. Okay, we like that.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, week 15, you welcome in the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers are a team that is going to be different. You know, the Big Ben era is definitely over. Win or lose as you host the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I'm going to predict a win here. I think this will probably be Kenny Pickett's second or third game playing, so he doesn't have a lot of experience. That defense does scare me with TJ Watt, Minkah Fitzpatrick, so on and so on. And but I do think we pull off the win here.
Okay. I see Grandizer agrees with you. Yeah.
Russ.
Well, that brings the Panthers up to 500, 7-7. And
we're back.
You know, an NFC wildcard race that is definitely wide open. Jake's agreeing with the W. SM thinks an L. Got W versus Seattle, L versus Steelers. Toon Link Main thinks a tie because he wants urinating tree to make the greatest game.
That's 3 ties this episode that they predicted already.
Oh man, people every now and then they know I don't like ties. So 7-7. That's huge if the Panthers are 7-7 at this point in the season. And then your final home game of the year, it's Christmas Eve. You welcome in the Jared Goff Detroit Lions for another cat fight. Win or lose versus Detroit?
I think we'll get the win here. If we lose to the Lions, I'm sorry for the Lions fans, but if we lose to the Lions on Christmas Eve, it's going to be a terrible Christmas for me. But yeah, I do think we'll get the win here.
Okay, all right. Well, that's huge. That puts you above 500. That's 8-7. I gotta take a look here. We got Grandizer going cat fight. Growling. Another. People are predicting. People are high on the Lions this year.
I do hope the Lions do good because I do like the coach down there, and I've been watching Hard Knocks. I watched the first episode.
Yeah, that was a great first episode. Yeah.
It's a very passionate team, so I am pulling for them this season.
Okay, so you're 8-7, and then so you're on the road. You end off the season with 2 tough road divisional games. The schedule makers were not friends to you here. Week 17, you travel to Tampa to take on the Buccaneers. Win or lose in Tampa?
I think we lose here. I think we get swept by the Bucs again. Tom Brady. I can't say anything. Bad about him, to be honest. Even though I hate to say it, I can't even get the words out of my mouth. But I do think we take another loss here.
Okay, that's fair. I got a couple of L's. A few L's in the chat here. Okay, but this is the good news. You so far your prediction is 8-8, 500 right on the nose. You are traveling to New Orleans, take on the Saints. Are you going to predict that your Carolina Panthers are going to finish above 500 this season?
Sadly not. Like I
Oh.
said, it's hard to sweep an opponent. We've already beat them once. The Superdome is a hard place to play at. I know as a Panthers fan. And I think we'll be competing for the playoffs, and the Saints will too. I think this is for the final wild card spot. And this, like you said earlier, this team's still young. Matt Rule's never been in this situation before. So I think it'll be a great experience for them, but I do think we'll get the loss here.
Okay, so you're predicting an 8-9 record, and that'd still be an improvement from last season. You can't.
I'll be excited for that.
I am seeing a bunch of L's here versus the Bucs and Saints. But okay, well, do you have time for a couple of questions before we end off the episode?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
All right. So if anyone has any questions specific about the Panthers, please pop them in the chat. I have a few that we started here from Michael earlier. So let's have an honest conversation here.
All right.
With Baker Mayfield in the quarterback mix, what's going to happen to Sam Darnold?
I do think we'll keep him this year. No offense to Matt Rule, but he does take up for him a lot. And I don't really see us trading him because of his contract. We're paying a lot of money for Sam Darnold. Yeah. I just don't want I don't see anybody taking that contract up. So I don't even think anybody would want to trade for him. So I do think he's stuck on our roster for this year.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like the Panthers really like to go after like the quarterbacks that no one else wants.
Yeah.
And hope they work out. Like Cam came in for a bit, and then like Darnold, and then Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's just sort of interesting. And the other question here from Michael is, how come every NFC South team hates the Saints? And it's true, because our Falcons fan we had on here earlier, he also what despised the Saints.
I don't know what it is. I guess it's just I don't know. Their fans. I don't like their fans. I mean, it's some cool fans out there. I've seen a couple of Saints fans that I'm cool with. They can actually talk, but I really don't know what it is. I've hated them ever since I think it was 2017 season. We played them in the wild card. They beat us, and Michael Jordan. I mean, I said Michael Jordan. Cam Jordan sent a bottle of wine to Cam. I've hated him ever since then. That was bad.
Oh, definitely. Okay. Well, we got a couple of questions coming in here. So one coming in from Jake here. He said, optimistically, when do you think you'll be a Super Bowl contender, and how do you get there?
Super Bowl contender. Well, I'm gonna have to look down the line a little bit here. I think Matt Rule will probably be fired this year. Hopefully, David Tepper can find a good coach, because honestly, to me, you never really know about coaches. You could get them to do good, you could get them to do bad. I mean, it's pretty much 50-50 to me. If you do get a good coach, you start building up that roster 3 or 4 years. Maybe Matt Corral is good enough to be our franchise quarterback. Maybe 4 or 5 years down the line, hopefully.
Okay, fair enough. Well, yeah, still work in progress.
It is
for sure. Do you? I'll just add. Do you see, Baker Mayfield having an opportunity to be the long-term solution for the Panthers if he were to come in and play at a high level this year?
Oh yeah, definitely. That injury that he had last year, I think, really hindered him a lot since he played through the injury. Because before that, like I said, the playoff run he made was incredible. I like the dude. He plays with swagger. I mean, how could you not like that? So hopefully he can.
For sure, yeah. Well, and shout out CG. I know CG loves cheering for the underdog, so it wouldn't surprise me if he's pulling for Baker here. A couple of predictions that have come here in the chat. Kind of that 8-9, 7-10 here. I'm seeing some 8-9. So yeah, it seems like a lot of people are predicting the Panthers to be in kind of that middle of the road tier team, just missing the playoffs. But yeah, I'm generally excited to see the Panthers this year. I think, I'll be honest with you, the game I am most excited for is that week 1 matchup with the Browns.
Same. It's got to be week 1 too.
Yeah. Have you ever been to like a Panthers home game at all? Or?
Yeah, I've been to a lot of them. One that stands out. I'm sorry, but I gotta tell the story.
Please.
I don't remember. I don't know if you remember, but it was the 2017 last time we went to the playoffs. We were playing Tampa Bay home on Christmas Eve. This is when they had Jameis Winston, obviously, and we beat them, and that was to clinch for the playoffs. And that was just such a good atmosphere. The crowd was going crazy. I remember Cam had the winning touchdown to clinch the playoffs. So that was just a fun time overall.
That's awesome. Yeah. No, thanks for sharing that. And I see SM and Michael. You guys are on it. They're bringing in the Ram cameos here. Which ex-Ram do you see contributing? And these are names that guys that we've been cheering for their careers. But which ones do you see contributing the most to the Carolina Panthers? Austin Corbett, Corey Littleton, or Johnny Hecker?
Probably Austin Corbett. Because, like I said, our offensive line needed to turn around and to turn around quick if we were going to have any success this season. And I think he'll be a really good pickup. And I think all these guys will actually be a really good pickup. But I think Corbett be up there on the impact he has on us this season.
Awesome. Yeah. And, I'll say this, Johnny Hecker, he's a great punter, but definitely watch his like press conferences, and like he has a podcast that's really fun. He's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, definitely do. He was the Rams punter for a long time. We couldn't afford him anymore. Well, Ivan, we're gonna end the episode there, but before we do, please tell our viewers. I know the link to your channel is in the description below, but what kind of stuff do you do on your channel? And I know you have a pretty decent Instagram following as well.
I do like personal stuff for YouTube. It's at Ivan Gooch. But for my NFL stuff, we do a little bit of everything. I know once the season starts, we'll be reacting to some games and predicting a lot of games. So yeah, that'll be fun.
Cool. Awesome. Well, everyone make sure to go give them a sub and stick around NFL Talker, and we'll chat just briefly afterwards. And for all of you who are watching live or on the replay, thank you so much for watching. We're really close to getting through all 32 teams. Our next episode of MOOF is going to be Saturday. We are going to be talking about the Kansas City Chiefs, which is a team that I know that a lot of people are going to be interested in. So that'll be Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific. So that's coming up. That's already scheduled. You can go over to my channel and put the notification on. It's going to be a great time. And NFL Talker, thank you so much for this. And we will see you in the next episode of MOOF.